Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft Hardcore. And today I am going to be working on building a sorting system. Now I'm going to be diving into the amazing world of Create. And I'm going to show you how you can make a really cool sorting system with some of the stuff that is in the mod. Now, before I get started, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you can be notified whenever I post brand new videos. This month's subscriber only video is actually a behind the scenes video of me gathering up all of the supplies that I need to build this sorting system. If you're interested in watching this video, make sure you are subscribed and you check the home page. I'll go ahead and play a quick little clip of this month's subscriber only video. So let's see what's up here.
Bruh.
Of course, I knew that was gonna happen. Where'd you go? There you are. Alright, let's try this again. This time we're not gonna get knocked down. I'm interested to see what's in here. This looks like something I blocked. Oh! No. Okay, that was definitely not me. That was part of the... Oh no. Oh no. There's more of them. That's really annoying. And there's grass, so I can't even hit him. Alright, this is actually kind of handy. They can't actually get up here if I stand on top of this head. They're just more spawning in. Where does this go? It's just a staircase that goes up. Now I'm going to be working down here in the basement to build this sorting system. My goal for the end of this is to have a whole bunch of chests along this wall. They'll all be hooked up to this system to where I can just go to each one and grab the items that I need. Now in this chest here, I've got a whole bunch of the different things that I'm going to need to build this sorting system. Now there is still a couple things that I still have to craft. But these are all of the main resources that I need. So I'm going to be showing you today how to create this. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and make before I get started with actually building the sorting system is I want to make a wrench. Because the wrench is going to be really handy just for Create in general. Because it allows you to change different things about the machines. So this is the wrench, which is part of Create, and this is one of the main tools that you want to try and make before you start doing anything, because it's very handy. Now to make this, you're going to need gold sheets, a cogwheel, and a stick. Now to make the cogwheel, all you need is a shaft and some wood, but I've already got some cogwheels, so I'm just going to grab one of these, and then all I got to do now is get some gold sheets. So the way you do this is you actually need to get another machine, which is this mechanical press. So I'm going to go ahead and make the mechanical press here. I've got all the items. Now the way you set up the mechanical press is you're going to have one block of space underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up over here on this wall. So now that I've got the mechanical press put down, I need some way of powering this. Now I did want to use water wheels, but I don't have those set up. I'm going to do that a little bit later, but what I can do is I can actually get a crank. So if I come back over here, all you need is 3 of any type of wood, and then 1 of the andesite alloys, and you can create a hand crank. And this will be able to power kind of just like basic machinery. So if I go ahead and throw some gold down, I'm going to need 3 of these. And then if I go ahead and use the crank, as you can see, it's going to crush it. So now I've got myself my very own gold sheets. So using these gold sheets, I can actually make the wrench now. If I come back over here... Oh, I got to get a stick. Luckily, I've got some wood. So I can go ahead and do that. And now, I've got myself a wrench. So now that I've got this wrench, I can use this on different Create items, and it'll allow you to rotate them around and also activate different things. You can even instantly break any Create item. So I've just like destroyed this hand crank. I can't actually rotate this because it doesn't look like you can rotate it, but some of the things you can rotate them. This is going to be really handy. But that's pretty much it for the press. I don't think we're going to need it anymore. So I'm going to put it back in here. So the next thing that I want to go ahead and get set up is I need to get some belts. And to do that, you actually need dried kelp. So I'm going to go and put some kelp in here, and hopefully I have some coal. Alright, so I managed to find some coal, so that's going to cook in the furnace. And that will allow me to make some of the mechanical belts. And the way you make the mechanical belts is it's just 6 pieces of dried kelp. And this will be the main item for basically transporting stuff around. But the next thing that I want to go ahead and work on creating is I want to get the water wheels set up. So let's go ahead and head to bed real quick, and then I'm going to get the water wheels going. So to set up these water wheels, I'm going to need some sort of moving water. The ocean would be a great way to power these. The only thing is, it's not moving water. So somewhere over here, I need to create a waterfall. And I think it would be really nice if I can get a waterfall that kind of goes along the side of here and then goes into the water. So if I go ahead and get my shovel here and dig out this area, I can fill this in with some water. I don't know what else I could use this water for, but there's going to be a nice little bit of water. And then I'm going to have a stream of water come along here that will basically power these water wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and put the water wheels down now. And it's very important that the water wheels are going the right direction. So looking at the fins, you can see that they're kind of angled going that way. And you want to have these angled in the direction that the water is going to be flowing. So the water's going to be flowing this way. So you want these to basically go against where the water's going. So that way, when it rotates around, it's going to have more force. If you put them the other way, if I have them going this direction, like that, you're going to get less of an output from the water wheels if they're going the opposite direction. So it's very important that you put them like this. I do want to at least start getting the shaft put in. So the cool thing you can do with these shafts is you can actually decorate them with these andesite casings. If you go ahead and click on the shaft, it'll actually enclose it inside of this andesite casing. Now I don't have to do it for all of these, but any of like the exposed shafts, I want to just like cover them up. And then once we get inside of like the stone here, I could just use regular shafts. So I finished digging out the area where I'm going to put these belts. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to get the shaft over here so I can actually power the belts. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to take the shafts that are connected to the water wheels and you're going to bring them through here. Now, you're probably wondering how you're going to be able to turn. So what you can do is you can actually get a gearbox, and this will allow you to turn the shafts. And then once you get here, you're going to have to find a way of getting the shafts to go down. What you need to do is you need to get a vertical gearbox and put that right here. So if I go ahead and use this to rotate, you can see now it's facing down. So I can go ahead and put this down and then get another vertical gearbox and then rotate this. Now all I have to do is I need to send the shafts all the way along here to where I'm going to have to connect them up to this. Oh, no. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the sand's here. Okay, so it's time to activate these water wheels, and hopefully this works properly. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling in this water here so that I've got a nice little pond. It should start flowing towards the water wheels once I fill this bit in. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's like 1 block off. That's annoying. All right, let's go ahead and put that in. And as you can see, the water wheels are spinning. Okay, so I've got the items that I need to basically make this go faster. And what you're going to need is you're going to need a rotation speed controller. And what this does is it basically speeds up a large cogwheel. So I've got a large cogwheel here. The only thing is I got to figure out where I'm going to connect this up at. Alright, so I've got the cogwheel put down on there. So now that it's going in the right direction, I just need to put the speed controller in right here. And now, as you can see, this output is going in the same direction as this one. It's just lower. So, you know what? I can actually raise this one up. Alright, so I've got this connected up here. The only thing is, I don't actually know if this is spinning in the right direction now. It looks like it still is, so that's perfect. So now that I've got it connected up to the speed controller, you can see over on this side, you can actually speed this up. So all you have to do is scroll up on the scroll wheel, and you can see that this is starting to spin faster. So you see how this is going faster than this input? And you can keep making this go up. It's now at 32 RPMs. How fast does it go? 256 RPMs. Look at it go. Alright, we don't need it to go that fast. So let's slow it down. Let's go like 64. And this is very easy to add into the line of shafts that you have set up. And the cool thing is, it's powered just from the water wheels. And I don't even need 3 water wheels. You could do this with 2 water wheels. You could do it with 1 water wheel. You're always going to get the same amount of force coming out of it, no matter which water wheels you put in here. The only thing is, if you have them going the wrong direction, this will be even slower. But the good thing is, you can actually speed it up just by using this. So now that I've got this going at a decent speed, I need to connect up the belts. So to make the belts, I need to get a crafting table here. And all it is just 6 kelp in the crafting table like this, and then I'll get you a mechanical belt. So all you have to do with these mechanical belts is you have to get a shaft that is horizontal. You click on it, and it's going to give you this line, which shows you how far you can put the belt. So this right here is the max distance. So if I put another shaft down here, you can see that that line has now gone green, saying that I can connect to it. And there we go. I have just built my very first conveyor belt. And now the next thing I need to do is build another one. It goes all the way along here. And does it make it to the end? Oh yeah, perfect. It makes it to the end. So I'll show you how to turn these. So all you have to do to turn this is set up another shaft like this. And it's going to go now in this direction. And because it's connected over there at the end, as long as it touches the belt, then it'll be able to transfer the items from one belt to another. Now, you're probably wondering, how are you going to get these belts powered? Because currently they're not moving. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. This is probably a good start. I'm not going to go all the way down there just yet, but I've got it set up to do that. Okay, so now that I've made it all the way back over to this conveyor belt, you're probably wondering, how do I get all the conveyor belts to move together? So, as you can see, there's actually some items on there, and they're stuck here, because they can't jump across until this one is moving. Now, the way you connect these together is you're going to need another item, which is called a chain drive. And to get a chain drive, it's 3 iron nuggets with one of these andesite castings, and we're gonna need a couple of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and make 6 of these. I think should be enough to start with. And what you do with this is you put it down on these bits here at the end of the conveyor belt, and you just put 2 of these down, and it connects up to the next one, which allows this one to keep on going. So now the next thing that I need to figure out is how you do a turn. So to do the turn, you're actually going to use the gearboxes. If you put the gearboxes down like this, you can see that it rotates all the way around the turn, which allows this one to start spinning. So all I gotta do over here, if you have just like 2 conveyor belts that you need to connect together, you use chain drives to connect them. And if you need a turn, you use the gearboxes. So I'll go ahead and use those 2 chain drives like that. And that'll get the items all the way to the end. And you can see they're all just kind of falling off because there's nothing for them to go into. Eventually, I'm going to have an overflow chest here at the end that will basically take all those items. But now that I've got that, I can make my way back. Actually, I'll just jump up from here because this is the surface area. And then that way I can get back without having to crawl through that whole area again. Now it's time for the fun part of the build, which is getting all of the chests set up for this sorting system. Now that I've got the back end of this built, we've got the shaft, which is powering the conveyor belts. It's time to put in the actual stuff that sorts the items. And what we're going to be using to do that is going to be called brass funnels. So over here is the brass funnel, and what you're going to need to make these, you're going to need brass ingots, dried kelp, and then one of these electron tubes. Now, to make these electron tubes, you are going to need to get some iron sheets, and then you're also going to need a polished quartz. So the iron sheets is made the same way that I did with the gold sheet. So I am going to need this mechanical press back, and then I'm also going to need some iron. Now, the polished rose quartz, the way you get this is you have to sand down rose quartz. So I've got a whole bunch of sandpaper in here. And the way you make rose quartz is you're going to need nether quartz, and then you're also going to need redstone. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more rose quartz here. So it's 1 piece of quartz, and then it's 8 pieces of redstone. So you're going to need a lot of redstone for this. But I hopefully won't need too many of these. It just depends on how many different chests you want to sort. And the way you actually polish these is you put sandpaper in your offhand, or you put the rose quartz in your offhand. Doesn't matter which one you do. But they have to both be in one hand. And then you just hold right click and it'll sand down the rose quartz and turn it into polished rose quartz. Now 1 piece of sandpaper will do 8 pieces of rose quartz. So you're going to need a lot of sandpaper. It's really easy to make. It's just sand and paper. And then all I got to do is I just got to set up this press again. So if I go and put this here, throw the iron like that, I can actually, instead of doing it like this, I can actually put this on the shaft here, and it'll just automatically do it for me. So all you gotta do to automate this is you just have to put this on there, and then you throw the iron ingots down like that, and you can see it's gonna start pressing them. I just have to get out of the way so I don't accidentally pick this up. But that's gonna automatically just make the plates for me. And while that's doing that, the next thing I need to do is I need to actually get brass. So the brass is actually a combination of 2 different things. If I come over to this chest, we're going to need raw zinc and also copper. So if I go ahead and grab this out of here, throw it in the smeltery here. Once this smelts down, you're going to see it's going to turn into a molten brass. I've actually got a little bit of copper left over from the last time I did this. So the copper just went in. The zinc is almost done. And now you can see that they're mixing together and the molten brass is going up. So now that I've got the brass blocks out, I can actually get the brass ingots so I can make these funnels. So let me go grab the iron in here. It should be done. So to make these electron tubes, it's 1 polished rose quartz and an iron sheet. That'll get me 7 for now. I do actually need my kelp, which is in here. So then that will make the brass funnels. So that's 14. You get 2 each time, which is really good. Okay, so I've just made the rest of the brass funnels here. I've now got 62, and then I've also made a couple chests, so I've got 42 chests. This will be a good start to show you kind of how this works. So I went ahead and dug out the wall here so I can get in the back. Basically, what I need to do is I need to have an input chest that will take all the items and put them onto this conveyor belt. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to get some shafts here so I can set up another conveyor belt. And these can actually go on an angle. So if I click on that one, you can see that it's going to go straight down here. So I'm going to need the actual block right here is where I'm going to need to put the shaft. Let me make sure that this will make it there. Yep, that's the block that I needed. If I go and rotate this, you can see it's going to put the belt down like this. And now all I gotta do is put a chest on here with a brass funnel, and that will take all the items and put them on this conveyor. So the way the brass funnels works is you can put them on chests just like this, and they have an arrow. So this arrow tells you what direction they're going. So if you use the wrench, you can actually change the direction. So this is right now taking items in. This is pushing the items out. So now if I throw, let's just say andesite in here, I got to get this conveyor moving. So all I got to do is connect this up with, do I still have the chain drives? Alright, so I had to modify the shaft a little bit. I have to have it going in at the bottom here so I can put the chain drives in up here. But now it's working. You can see this one's going, and all of the rest of these should be going all the way down. So the next thing I need to do is I need to actually put the chests that will go along here. So if I grab the 40 chests that I've got, and then I also need my brass funnels. Now the cool thing is with this, you can actually put all of the chests right next to each other. So I'm going to put all of these chests down here. Now the way you upgrade these chests to make them larger is I've got the iron chest mod installed, so I can use that to basically make these bigger. But if you want to do double chests, all you have to do is just put a double chest down and then just space these differently instead of doing all single chests. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put funnels on each of these. So I'm going to have to move my torches because they're kind of in the way of the funnels. But all you got to do is just put funnels on like this, and you have to make sure they're going the right direction. So the way you put these down so that they're going in is you have to hold shift. So holding shift while placing these will make them take items in. So I'm going to go ahead and put funnels on every single chest here. And then I'm going to show you how you actually get these to take certain items in. Now, the way that you can sort these is you have to use filters, or you can just put any item in here. So let's say I want this to do andesite. That's going to only accept andesite blocks. So if I throw andesite on the conveyor here, you're going to see it's going to go in there. But if I throw something else like this bread, the bread's going to go into this one because this one isn't sorting anything. It's just going to grab whatever goes by it. So if I put, let's say, my shovel in there, throw the bread back on here, it's going to go past those two and go into this chest because this one's not sorting anything. So if I search up andesite here, you can see all of the different andesite variants that you've got. You've got regular andesite, polished andesite, and then you've also got the stair version, the slab version, the wall version. And there's even, with create, you've got different types of andesite as well. So all of these different things could potentially be going in the andesite chest. So how do you sort all of those and put them in the one chest? Well, let me show you. There's another item I need. So in this chest right here, we've got these, which are filters. So as you can see, I've actually got a couple things on these filters. I made these in the behind the scenes episode, but this is the iron filter. So the way these work is you put basically whatever item you want to get accepted in these boxes, and it works with just enough items. So you can just grab items and drag them in here like this, and then you just click them to get rid of them. So this one is for iron. So all you have to do with this is put it on the funnel like that, and now all of those items that were in there are going to get sorted into this chest. I don't think I have any iron on me. I have an iron bucket. I think that was in there. Nope, it was not in there. So there's a good example of something I should add. So let me add a bucket real quick. Alright, so I've just added a bucket. So now if I throw that on there, it goes in there. So that's basically how these funnels work using the filters. Now, I'm not going to go through and program every single one of these in the episode. I'm going to do that all off camera. But that's the basics on how you set up the sorting system. And you just have to program each one of these to do something different. So the last step in building the sorting system is actually getting access to the items themselves. Because right now all the chests are in the ceiling and you can't actually get to them. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to be using chutes. So in Create, there's a really cool item that's called a chute. And the way you make it is it's 2 iron sheets and 1 iron ingot, and you get 4 chutes. And these kind of work like hoppers, but they're so much cheaper. You don't have to make like a whole bunch of chests and use a whole bunch of iron ingots to make a hopper. You can actually use chutes. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to put one of these underneath here. And as you can see, it's already taken items out. But if I put another chest right underneath here, it'll be able to put the items into that chest. So I'm going to go and make a bunch more chests here. And eventually I'm going to turn these into gold chests so that they can store even more items. Now, the reason why I want to use the chutes instead of the hoppers is they're so much faster. You can also turn them into glass chutes by clicking them with the wrench. So if you want to be able to see the items go through. But let's say I put this 54 pieces of cobblestone in here. And then I come over here. You're going to see it puts, it's not like the entire stack, but it's so much faster than just one item that a hopper would do. So that's why I'm using these chutes, is because they're cheaper, they're faster, and they're just better in every way. Now, there's one last thing that I need to show off before I end the episode, and that is basically how to create an overflow chest. So in your sorting system, there will be a couple items that aren't like going to go through a chest, that aren't going to get sorted, and those are going to have to go somewhere. And that's what the overflow chest is, because otherwise they're going to fly off the end of the conveyor, and then they're going to get to the end here and just despawn, and you don't want that. So the way you make an overflow chest is all you got to do is put a brass funnel at the very last chest, wherever that is on the conveyor. Just put a brass funnel at the end, and this will grab up any items that go by it. Just make sure you put nothing in the filter, so that way it grabs everything. And that's how you create an overflow chest. But that's pretty much it for the sorting system. Off camera, I'm going to go through and line this entire wall with chests, put these chutes in so that I can actually get the items into these chests here. And then I'm also going to probably put another line of slabs here just to kind of cover up these chutes so that you don't see them. But at the end of this is going to look really nice. So you'll have to wait until the next hardcore episode to see what the final look of the storage room will be. But I think it's going to be really nice. If you enjoyed this video, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and bell icon so you can be notified whenever I post brand new videos. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody!